Hello, gamers and geeks. Welcome to another TTRPG session. We are playing Fall of Misra, and if you like this sort of content where people play roleplay games online via Discord and other media, then you really should like and subscribe so you get more stuff like this showing up in your feed. Do it. Just do it.
Do it.
But
Do it.
would the players like to introduce us to their characters, please?
He said, but.
But
I am playing Ditcher Hallis, the great old one, pure warlock, who is a Earth genasi in the shape of a gnome.
Mm-hmm.
Because of machine reasons.
Because of machine reasons, yes. We have the technology.
Yes. Who not only has like a fiend he can summon, but also he is also now summoned his patron to the world.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's going pretty good for him.
We have the technology to make gnomes, yes.
And he is currently
You can have
being
your body can be any shape you want as long as it's gnome shaped.
exactly. And I imagine Frank is probably staring like a hole through him because of what just happened, or what happened the night before.
Indeed, we'll get to that, but first of all, can I get the rest of the characters' intros?
Will Frank? I think Frank should go next.
Yeah, go for
Right.
it.
I'm Frank Swiftwing, a owlin with Dampier features, samurai fighter, dragon monk, and is currently starting to lose his fucking patience with the chaotic dumbass that's now created whatever the fuck crawled out of that hole. After already us dealing with an imp that keeps harassing us.
Who's going to go next, Frank? Who do you think should go next?
Brom?
Sorry?
Alright.
Brom. Alright. Brom. Welcome back.
I'm playing Brom Nordenson, the half-elf celestial warlock soul knife rogue, who thinks he's going to get along very well with Ditcher.
Oh, speaking of which, I don't know if the others told you this, but your character sheet needs leveling up.
To what level?
15.
I have it updated to 15 here.
Okay, cool.
Is it still doing the thing where it's not sending you the updated version?
The last version I have is 9. Let's
So
see.
yeah.
But anyway, keep
Well,
going. I'll try and figure it out.
And I still think Celestial is better. I guess I'll pass the mic to Tommy.
Tommy! Where is...
Yep. I am Tommy Tauntaun. Friends call me Tommy. I am a Warforged Artificer. Currently not aware of the BS that's going down, because I am in my lab that Abdul made for me.
Yep, that still says...
I mean, I hear the commotion. I just refuse to go outside and see what's going on.
Fair enough. So yeah, you guys are back at the temple, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright.
And that just leaves one person.
Up, down. Sean? Noodle? Boop.
Yes. No booping the snoot. You get bitten if you do that.
Do your intro.
Alright. Dell is a tiefling bard with a couple of levels in Forge Cleric.
Yes.
He is quite sassy and has figured out he is good at fighting in certain ways, and is very confused as to why Frank seems concerned about a bunch of tiny worms that his
Yeah.
patron obviously took care of. It's not like his patron would endanger them, now would he?
No, surely not. No.
No.
Okay. So, what happened last time we played? Broad strokes.
So after we finished up the squabble from as the warlock squabbled, me and Brom, Ditcher and Brom, the trees and fairies started mocking us, and Ubdal annoyed Frank, and it was just a bit of general role play. Tommy managed to stop it, and then after that had been sorted, we left Brom with the fairies because he said he wanted to.
I don't remember saying any such thing.
Well, it was easier to explain your absence as you're on your own little adventure in the Feywild for a little bit. You know.
Fair enough.
It was the excuse to get to not have a DMPC.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so we continued to the village, and we came across a crag in like a mountain. So it's like a mountain crag.
A pass through the mountains. A pass through the mountains.
It passed through mountain crag. And then we eventually got to an ogre protecting the village, Port Aldwyn.
Mm-hmm.
The Port Aldwyn gate. We managed to lie our way through the first one, but then we were met by another ogre, who asked how we got past the first one, who was apparently called Gobby. We just kind of teleported past him.
Yeah, magicked your way past.
Yeah. We then saw
Where'd you
a
go?
quaint little. I don't know, where'd he go? They disappeared. Yeah,
Must have been the
we
wind.
then saw. Must have been. It must. Yeah, probably. It probably had a similar thing.
Anyway, keep going.
Anyway, yeah. So then we saw just kind of quite a quaint and nice coastal village with a few ogres patrolling. The party managed to sneak in. Ubdal and Frank were flying. Tommy then started listening around just to see how the villagers felt about everything. Then realized that wow, these guys really aren't prisoners. They are, in fact, they're using the ogres more than the ogres are using them. And then Ditcher started messing people with head to sow chaos. And then Frank started to take out some of the ogres because he believed the dragon. Easy thing to do. A bit of commotion happened. Ditcher's plan got stopped by Tommy by a thing of oil, and then everything. There was a little mini fight, but no one died. There was one singular ogre that got injured, and that was the gate man. Yeah, so we waited for everything to calm down, and then we got people to join the church. We gave them the directions. Then we teleported back to the temple. We went back to the temple. We then just stayed the night. Then Frank decided to do some air recon just to see if there was anything spooky going on, any people trying to be annoying. And he saw a ritual surrounded by banners of the rising sun, which is red, copy paste doesn't work off Google Doc onto Discord. It's annoying, but you have to imagine it. Golden Sun on Red Banner.
If you've played either Elder Scrolls Skyrim or even Elder Scrolls Oblivion, you might recognize the Mythic Dawn cult symbol as directly inspiring the Risen Sun cult.
Yes. He then
pretty
got
much
a bit close.
Go on.
Yeah, it's a sun rising.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He then got a bit closer to it and overheard them calling out many gods. I say gods in air quotes. That he didn't recognize, and a few animals and a woman being sacrificed. Frank decided to stop in after the woman. Oh.
Sean, come back!
No.
Noodle!
Internet die? Or
Noodle!
The noodle is here. The screen just went black because the noodle didn't jiggle the mouse in time.
Okay.
I hate it when that happens. Yeah, but Frank managed to bring the very much dead body from
the crispy body
from the burning ball of fire that got erupted.
Yes.
Over to sacrifice stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Brought it back to the church.
Yeah.
And as we were trying to just like revive them, Ditcher said, "Oh, let me try," and then gave the body as a vessel to his patron.
Yep.
And got given poison touch, which I think is pretty neat. Then Paylor with the help of Paylor just beamed that body away, destroyed it, and now there's just a bunch of patron worms.
Yeah, the body collapsed into a pile of worms, of meat-coloured worms that wriggled away. Yes.
Yeah. So that's
like,
lovely.
Why is everyone that's disturbed?
You should be disturbed.
Probably.
You should
be.
absolutely be disturbed.
And you should be and you should be concerned. You should be both. Yeah, but then Updale let Tilbus know about everything. Then we pinned it there.
Yeah. I imagine, since you're still in the woods, sort of, that Brom will have come back from their adventures in the Feywild, come back through the portal, and found their friends have not aged much, even though they've been gone for years. Yeah, so they're still hanging out of the temple. That
Oh, I just remember something. Me and Abdul kind of a bit of a conversation at the end about responsibility. Because he went to inform Tommy, who was in the lab, what actually happened.
Yeah. And what was Tommy's take?
The same take he had earlier about how if Frank didn't do that, that wouldn't have happened.
If Frank hadn't saved the woman, she wouldn't have
No,
been available.
if Frank hadn't brought a charred corpse back.
This is true, he didn't technically save her. Yes. If he hadn't brought Ditcher a charred corpse, then it couldn't have been a vessel for the Gribbly. This is true.
Yeah, at this point, Tommy expects Ditcher to do something not savory after the last incident.
Sorry, what was that, Frank?
To be fair, Frank wasn't actively begging everyone to, immediately bring her back.
No.
Everyone else just kind of jumped into action because, well, Frank just looked distracted because, well, once again, he failed.
Well, I mean, unless you expect us to eat the charred corpse, I don't know what you wanted us to do with it.
Brom, you would come back to this.
4 years and you all still argue like married couples.
Yes? It's only been a day. No, it's been
Well, I'm not.
a day.
Well, I'm not the one that straight up summoned something from the 9 hells.
Technically.
Okay. Someone
he
catch
was
me
just
up
the
on
one who
what's
provided
going on.
material for it.
Catch me up on what's going on here.
Well, I resurrected someone. There was a lady that got burned, and I resurrected them.
How did she get burned? How did she get burned? I want the full story.
Apparently, there's some cult going around, and somebody thought it'd be a good idea to save one of their victims, only to bring it back to us so this idiot could resurrect her with his patron being in full control.
Okay, so I assume the one that interfered with I'm just going out on a limb here. Frank?
Yeah?
Aren't you normally the one that's paranoid?
I'm trying not to be, and...
Well, there's a time when that's the smart thing to do. And from what I hear, yesterday would have been that time.
I'll accept the blame for bringing the body, but I won't take the blame for whatever chaos that thing that was summoned causes.
Frank, something's tickling your leg. Might want to look down.
Yeah, Frank looks down.
Of course, it's nestled amongst your feathers. You've got to...
Then yeah, Frank will, pull off whatever the fuck's wrapping around his leg.
Oh no, it's just one of those little worm things is trying to work its way up.
Yeah, and Frank crushes it. It's like...
Consider that your dinner for the night.
Oh, look, a worm. Don't you eat those? Says Abdel.
And it's like, not the time for jokes.
Who said we're joking?
The substance that squeezes out of the squished worm isn't exactly blood. It's thicker and darker.
Tommy's going to use Mage Hand, and his Mage Hand is going to he's going to put a vial in the Mage Hand and have it scoop in the liquid.
Okay.
Someone tells me I might want to wash this off.
I mean...
Oh, you can lick it off.
I really don't want the mark. Now I can press to it.
Could you please?
Out of curiosity, I feel like my Arcana would be high enough to know whether or not this is actual Ichor or something else.
It's not demonic Ichor. It's something else.
I swear I cannot leave you guys alone for 5 minutes.
Well, that's not true for all of us.
Well, I know that, but together you guys don't make the best choices.
Yeah, you look very disheveled, Rob.
Don't want to talk about it.
You mentioned 4 years. It's been
That
less than a day.
That would explain the oddly sweet smell.
The sweet smell?
I don't know, I'm trying to think. I don't know, would Brom almost have like some sort of oddly pleasant scent on him because of, Feywild shit?
It could be pleasant. It's, it's the Fey. It depends on what he's been up to.
Oh, no. Brom doesn't get along well with Faye. Not after the whole earlier Raven Queen stuff.
Well, the Raven Queen she's unseelie and she tends to hang out in the Shadowfell rather than the Feywild. But
she's still
Raven Queen. But she's still Fey, technically. Yeah.
Yeah, so you just don't like Fey at all anymore.
During your 4 years, you might have found some Fey that you got along with. Maybe.
Maybe one or two. But
anyway, perhaps. Anyway, who's besides Frank? Who's got good perception? Tell me.
I've got 17.
Yeah, I can't tell that you've got 17 though, because I still don't have your freaking correct character sheet. Anyway,
mine's only at 16.
Yeah, I don't think what's happening would bother with a metal man. Brom and Obdal would feel a slight tickle against their skin, between their clothing and their skin.
I look down.
You see something moving underneath your pants.
Pulls out
your
whatever the
trousers.
thing is. Yeah.
You're gonna reach down into your trousers and pull it out.
Yes.
Okay. I want you to make a sleight of hand check to see if you do so quickly enough to grab it.
Okay, let me look at the character sheet that I totally had up ready.
D20 plus 8.
I guess Brom will do the same thing.
Okay.
D20 plus 8.
Ugh.
So Brom and Ubdal each put their hands down their pants. Do you feel nuts? So Brom is the first one to successfully grab a worm that looks like a string of ground beef. And then Ubdal, with a little bit of struggle, manages to grab onto their own little wormy.
Holds it. What are you doing there?
Can I cast Sacred Flame in my hand? The one that's holding the worm?
Sure. That does radiant damage, but yeah, that's fine. Just whoosh. The Ubdal, the worm that is on your hand, begins crawling across the surface of your hand toward your face.
No, you don't. I hold it between my two fingers.
And then what?
And then I go, no. Bad one.
You just talk to it?
Yes.
It's still trying to wriggle its way out of, and it's an invertebrate, so yeah, it's gonna squirm its way out from between your fingers and try crawling along the back of your hand.
And it's also going to get hit with the Sacred Flame.
Bearing in mind that doing so would also hit Ubdal. Are you okay with that?
Yes.
Blair. I was tormenting a worm, thank you very much. No. Bad one.
Now you see why I have the
Quite a good one.
things.
So, it was Sacred Flame, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Is that what
Dex.
Ubdal, make a dex save.
Okay. and Ubdal's dexterity mod is...
And do you try to save the worm from the blast in the process?
I think he would be too busy trying to avoid getting burnt.
Well, it's not burnt, it's radiant. It's...
With the radiant flame.
It's sunshine!
That is a...
Yeah, okay.
That is a fail.
So that would be 3d8 radiant damage against Ubdal.
What? You would get something like a flash tan?
No. No.
Ow!
Ubdal takes 17 points of damage, but the worm is absolutely destroyed.
And Ubdal just look at Brom, slightly annoyed, tail flicking, and put out one of the radiant flames that's on his horn, like...
Everybody's watching what's going on with Brom and Ubdal, right?
You overdid it a bit, mate.
You just need to learn to dodge better. Don't blame me.
It was a worm. You didn't need to pull out a spell. I could have easily squished it. After I tormented it.
Why would you want to
You
squish
weren't,
the
and
worm?
I'm impatient.
But I was tormenting it. I'm Devilkin, okay?
That's not tormenting something.
I mean, that was more like a light telling off.
Yeah.
I don't know. He hit pretty hard.
And then that was a massive slap on the wrist. It was a... Right, it was more of a flame on the wrist. But, conjuncture's conjuncture.
His finger will start glowing with force. I mean, I can hit you with this.
No, thank you.
That's what
Are
I
there
thought.
more of these wormy things, and what are they doing?
They should be leaving us soon.
Enough.
Yes.
Well, tell them to stop crawling on us.
Oh.
How's the dragon egg?
I will do a sending with Tilbus and ask. Sending to Tilbus. Yo, Big Tills, how's the egg coming along?
The egg still requires incubation. Have you found a way to do it yet?
We've got people coming to the temple. It'll take them roughly a day to get here, I think.
What's the... You're planning on bathing the egg in faith?
Out of character, Tilbus suggested using prayer to the sun god to help.
To summon the radiant energy, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, well, pray to Paylor, give radiant power back.
Oh, right, yeah. Sorry, I've been distracted.
I have the spell that can revive your departed loved one as well.
Excellent. I look forward to seeing it work. When will you be coming?
Ubdal looks to the guys. Hey, guys. I have the spell that can revive Tilbus's departed friend. We've probably got a good while before those people from the town come over.
Sure.
Did you?
Yeah.
Make an insight check with advantage, because something is helping you come to this realization.
With advantage. I'm good at insight. That's one of my good things. I think I am. Insight? No, I'm not. Plus. No, it's just.
15. The body of a powerful and experienced elder elf would probably be a far more suitable vessel.
Ooh. Yes, I don't mind we go. I don't mind we start heading off.
What do you two think?
Say we keep Decker far away from any bodies.
Ditcher, you're stuck with me for the day.
Oh.
Oh.
You. Why you?
Tommy.
Because we can go make chaos together.
Tommy, is there anything you want to do in particular? Maybe try to speed along the production of the.
Yeah. So, during all that little brouhaha, Tommy actually left. After he squashed the worm, got the goo, he went back to his lab to look into it. So he kind of just walks in as you guys are talking about whatever. Oh my goodness! What are you guys up to now?
I'm babysitting today, apparently.
I assume all you guys have good insight, right? Or
Yeah.
perception, I guess.
Most of us.
I'm just gonna say, Frank. You notice there's something glowing on Tommy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Frank would. Frank would see it first. You're absolutely right.
Tony, what the hell is going on you?
What are you talking about? He reaches into his bag and pulls out the I keep calling it the phylactery. I'm just gonna keep calling it that. The phylactery he's been working on. And then you notice like there's a bunch of runes etching themselves into it. That's not supposed to be happening.
No, is it?
Sound good?
Does this phylactery have like a dark radiance? Like, does it seem to be surrounded by shadow, or is it giving off light?
It seems to be giving off like a mixture of it. That's what's causing it to glow so brightly. Almost as if like the light and dark are conflicting.
Okay.
Like you notice like some of the runes are being written in like a brighter script and the others are written like in a darker, almost like invisible-ish kind of look. Like,
I imagine the energies coming off of it are swirling in little patterns, like pairs of light and dark fish swimming against each other.
yeah, except when they collide, they kind of disappear before more just keep appearing.
Yeah. Yeah, like antimatter and matter destruction. Just, yeah. So yeah, this thing is just producing self-destroying yin-yangs all over the place.
Tommy instinctively is just going to step back a few paces. It's like, I think you guys want to stay over there.
You don't need to tell me twice.
What is that? May we ask?
Brahms mid-reaching for it as he does.
The orb remains hung in the air, even as Tommy steps a few paces back from it. Does Brom really step towards it?
I step back with it still. I'm still holding on to it.
Okay. Does Brom still step towards it?
He's curious. Of course he does.
Do you touch the butt?
I do.
Whose butt are you touching?
No.
Not yours.
It's a reference to Finding Nemo. Anyway.
I know. Who wouldn't get that?
So yes, you touch the thing that's giving off life and death energy both at the same time.
What part of stay back, don't you understand?
You feel your yeah. You feel time expand and shrink all at once. You feel new beginnings. You feel death. You feel the endless cycle. And through it all, you feel that order holds it all together.
Tommy will instinctively push Brahm away.
Okay, are you doing that magically or just physically shove?
I could literally thunder wave everybody away from me.
Okay. So yeah, you knock everybody back like 10 feet. Is that right? Anyone who's within 15 feet of you? Yeah. Anyone who's technically within 7.5 feet of you, anyway. Which would definitely be Brom.
What's the save for that?
Thunderwave?
Yes.
17. Con.
Yeah, con save. Oh, you got a +5. That's fun. Ha ha ha! Boom.
Bang.
Yeah.
Too shy.
So, was Obdal, does that mean you were also getting close to the orb?
Yeah.
Okay. Both Obdal and Brom get knocked on their ass.
Try to roll sleight of hand to see if I get it out of his hand as I get knocked back.
All right, you're gonna have to, it's gonna be high.
That's fine.
Roll it. Holy shit, nat 20.
And get silver barbed.
Silver barbed.
Roll again.
You also both took 3. Sorry, is it? Yeah, it's 2.
Yep, reroll.
Yeah, reroll the d20.
And how much damage?
2d8, which Tommy hasn't rolled.
Oh,
yet.
come on!
Oh, yeah! That's a 14. That's a fail.
That's better.
I should have counterspelled his silvery barbs.
What's the damage, Tommy? 2d8. Four. Okay. So yeah, just a light slap, not a full-on rebuke. So.
Ow. What was that for, Tommy? I landed on my tail.
The swirling of energy around the orb gets even more intense, even as the sound of thunder echoes through the woods. The orb begins to pulse and thrum.
Can I roll an insight to see if Frank would think of the idea of, shooting that thing? Because Frank does not like the look of this.
Frank would shoot it? Alright, go for it. Roll to hit.
Before it goes critical and just takes us all with it.
Yeah, sure, that's good.
I'm just saying, I don't think it's a good idea to shoot something you think is going to go critical.
Yeah, you're just going to make it go critical faster.
Yeah, shush, let him do it. Let him cook. It's going to be great.
What are you shooting it with?
The bow?
Roll the hit. Yeah, I think most of you should get the fuck away or hit the deck or something. But you only got an...
Ditcher's the only one who actually got decided to get Arthur.
That's me rolling insight before, going for it.
That's your what now?
That's my insight.
That's your insight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In this moment, you think that it needs to be destroyed, and you shoot it. So, how many attacks do you have? Just the one? No, you're a monk. You got 2.
Yeah, I got 2.
You can shoot it twice.
I hope both of those miss.
2 iterations of D20 plus 9.
Yeah.
Ka-thunk, ka-thunk. Scream! Poof!
Is that a deck save?
There's a bright flash. And when you can all see again, Tommy's gone.
We got hex cord.
Did I just fuck up again?
That does feel kind of like a fuck up.
Like,
Thanks.
Yeah. Now that I'm able to think about it, what the fuck did I think shooting something that was about to go boom was a good idea?
The light coalesces into a figure. Not Tommy. Someone else.
Is it our old lich friend?
No.
No.
What have you done to our Tommy?
Regulus?
Now.
Sorry?
Now?
Yeah.
Okay, so standing before you is a rather tall figure dressed in an exquisite vestment of sorts. As he appears, he seems to have wings glowing on his back. His hair, despite being gray, shines as if it's made of pure silver.
Frank, yeah, I imagine Frank is notching an arrow. Like, okay, are you friend or foe?
You've done enough today, Frank. Stop.
Nobdell's saying, "What the flap?"
This is strange. Excuse me, sirs? Do you have any idea where I'm at?
On the material plane. What the hell have you come from?
Rather vague. Where specifically?
Do you guys won't need me to remind you where you are within?
We're in the Ashwoods.
Yeah.
You're in the Ashwoods, standing outside the recently constructed temple to Palor. Temple complex to Palor, should I say?
Yeah, you're near a temple to Palor?
Sounds like you're not sure about that, Frank.
Hey. Of course, Frank is still trying to process what the hell's happening.
And Obdal is saying,
tell me where I'm at. Oh, right. My apologies. My name is Regulus Creed, member of the Creed household.
Who?
Are you here to mess with us or anything?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Messing with you. I honestly, I have no idea how I even got here.
I don't so much care who you are as what you are.
Oh, right. I am. He just sort of points to his back. I'm an Azamar, I believe your kind calls it.
So you're not here to kill us.
I don't know why I would be.
Yeah. And not just the arrow, it's back in the quiver. It's like, thank the gods.
That's funny. As Frank stands down, Brom's gonna ready an Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, same thing with Ditcher.
And you guys call me trigger happy.
Now,
this is deserved.
There are times you just need to stop talking, Frank. This is one of those.
For those who truly want to bring the light back to the world, an Aasimar, apparently sent from the higher planes, might be exactly what you need right now.
I didn't say I was firing it. I said I was ready.
I know. Of course, there are some among you who privately, secretly, maybe want to keep the darkness around a little longer and spread a bit more death, destruction, and chaos. But
no.
yeah. I don't know who I'm referring to there, but yeah.
Who sent you?
No one sent me. As I said, I have no idea how I got here. Last thing I know, I was with Cordelia walking through the garden, and now I'm here for some reason.
Well, you're standing in the same spot that our ally Tommy basically was standing before up and just hoofing.
I have no idea what a Tommy is. But if you're missing an ally, I can help you find him.
Highly unlikely, because you two probably traded places.
Which means there's probably a cyborg walking around the heavenly gardens as we speak.
Wait, Tommy's cyborg? But was Tommy ever a cyborg, or was he just all machine?
Technically, he's warforged. He's got a humanoid soul, doesn't he?
Fair enough.
Yeah, so technically a cyborg?
Technically a cyborg.
Technically.
Alright.
But anyways, if you need assistance, I don't mind helping you. And he just bows as his wings flutter before they disappear.
Well, if you're going to be helping us, we might as well get introductions out of the way. Name's Frank. And despite what most cynical seem to believe, I'm not actually trying to be an idiot.
Yeah, you don't have to try.
That's just mean now.
What? You constantly insult Frank, and you expect him not to bite back eventually?
When Frank bites, it's bad. So anyway.
After like a while of Ditch just looking at you, there's kind of like a, if I have to, like vibe to him. The name's Ditcher Hallis. Nice to meet you, as he holds out his hand to shake it.
Yes, it's a pleasure.
As he holds his hand up, you see a flesh-coloured worm crawling along the palm of his hand.
Regulus is going to pull out a handkerchief, then proceed to shake your hand.
Okay, this might actually be funny. Right before their hands meet, I'd like to just hit the worm with Sacred Flame.
That's okay. They're both gonna have to make a dex save. As you try to hit them with radiant.
You know, Brom's running on business.
Brom is...
Okay, that's funny.
You're fine.
So Ditcher pulls his
He's
hand
17.
back away from the blast, and so does Regulus. So there's
Yeah, Frank. Yeah, when Frank sees that shit, Frank's getting back.
Are you
What?
trying to save the worm?
He is, yes.
I think the worm needs to make a dex save too, then? Could be
No.
wrong? No?
It's on my hand.
Yeah, if Ditcher pulled his hand out of the way, the worm is safe.
Okay.
But you might have questions for Ditcher. Of course, the obvious response would be that he was just trying not to get hurt, because...
Yeah.
Brom's gonna let it slide for now.
Of course, both Ditcher and Regulus might wonder why Brom just threw light at them.
I mean, worms are not very pleasant creatures, but I feel like that might have been overkill.
Trust me, that thing ain't no normal worm.
Oh, it's a perfectly harmless worm.
Oh.
Is it?
Brom is just not acknowledging Regulus right now. Doesn't know him, doesn't care to know him, not worried about that.
Anyway,
I'll be back in a second. I'm going to get my sister a glass of water.
Okay.
Yeah.
can you not throw random spells at me, good sir?
It wasn't at you, it was at that thing on your hand.
What thing? He tried sleight of hand.
Okay. Roll it. 9. No.
That
You
worm.
you try sleight of hand and you drop the worm on the ground at your feet.
And it's gonna get hit with a Sacred Flame.
Fair enough. Splat.
And it's like, and Frank's like, thank you. One last one of those things to worry about.
Oh, you're no fun. Should have stayed in the Fey realm.
So anyway, weren't you heading to a dragon's lair?
We were.
Ditcher and Brom were not. For fair reasons.
Brom was going to hold Ditcher back, huh? Rather than just
Yes.
accompany him and keep an eye on him?
Yes.
Right. Are you going to invite your new friend along? Maybe they can help resurrect this dead elf.
Might be worth an attempt.
Yeah, you might want to say that in character and out loud.
Yeah. So, do you want to come on with us? You might be more suited at.
I'm back.
Okay.
Hey, now, do you want like some backup on that resurrection?
Yes, but with the antics you have been creating lately and Ditcher.
He's not. I'll make a quick insight check.
Okay. Insight. My insight is plus 11.
So you probably don't even need to roll, but go for it. Yeah. So
28.
as you are trying to find a way to politely tell Frank that he's a bad luck charm, you realize that he's not referring to himself, but the angel kin that just appeared might be pretty good at healing people.
Is he the one with do you have true resurrection? If you don't, that's fine, because I've got it.
You're saying this to Regulus?
Yes.
Okay. And Regulus.
Sorry, not true resurrection, just resurrection.
Unfortunately, resurrection is out of my wheelhouse. I prefer to try to keep people alive.
That's fine. The tiefling through gritted teeth says...
Useless fucking angel. No, go on. Sorry, I don't want to put words in your mouth.
I'm going to go revive a friend of a friend. Could you maybe...
Supervise. Assist.
Says the devil, which seems... Well, he looks a lot like a devil, but your character could probably tell he was a tiefling.
Yeah.
There's the devil-looking fellow through gritted teeth, and definitely slight anxiety, because I imagine Ubdal's been taught to dislike Asimals.
Yeah, generally speaking, you would probably distrust the angel kin, yeah.
He's trying really hard to not be racist.
Out of curiosity, can I tell that any of them are kind of stressed out at the moment?
Oh yeah, you can definitely sense the tension. That there's a lot going on. That you've got a lot of catching up to do to have any idea of what it is that's bothering them. Yeah.
I mean, I think it might be a good idea if you guys take a bit of a breather and try to relax.
You're going to lead them in a guided meditation? Oh,
yeah. Also, can everybody make a charisma saving throw?
Thank you.
I mean, I think you could choose to fail if you want.
I'm going to count it, though.
Is this a charm?
Yes. So if any of you have resistance or immunity to charm, this is, yeah. I'm sorry?
Also counter spell.
No, it's not magical. Frank can do this innately.
Yeah, but counter spell to the actual spell.
Yeah, Ditcher is doing counterspell, but...
Yeah, Ditcher can counterspell it. I think it's a monk thing that you can, as an action, remove an effect of charming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, Fey Ancestry gives you advantage on it, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Elves have advantage against being charmed.
But you're
and half-elves.
Half-elf. Yeah.
Half-elves have Fey Ancestry.
Yeah, I thought the half-elves would have it.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Yep.
I mean, again, it's kind of irrelevant. Somebody's going to counterspell.
This is true, but I just wanted to double-check, make sure I had my things right.
So, by the very fact that they've chosen to counterspell your calm emotion spell, suggests that these people are still at that stage of their trauma processing where they're jealously holding on to their trauma, thinking that it's a part of them. They're not ready to let it go yet. Namaste.
I wasn't attempting to go full psychiatrist, but okay. I just want everybody to chill for a minute.
Yeah, Frank. Fair enough.
So I guess you'll notice as he tells you guys to relax, take a minute to breathe, small wisp will appear in his hand before they suddenly disappear.
Did you just try to spell me?
Yes, I was attempting to make you guys relax because you seem rather high-strung. Though for what, I had no idea.
Frank is... I would say for me, Frank is...
flying backwards as an eldritch blast recoils in his hands.
Okay.
Okay.
Frank... Alright.
There were two people talking at once. And...
Sorry.
That's okay. Brom, are you saying you're casting Eldritch Blast, or are you...
That was me trying to hit him with an Eldritch Blast, and it backfiring because I rolled a 1.
Oh, okay, I see. Fair enough. And Frank, what it is that you're trying to do?
Well, yeah, Frank would have did almost like the kind of force kind of breathe in motion, and then effectively click his talons and almost seem to snap back. It's
So
like,
you're doing like the clenched fist thing?
yeah, like
Sure.
I do appreciate the moment to calm down, but I'd rather be in control of my own mind.
Caca. Brommy, you're picking yourself back up.
Oh, do you need a hand over there?
Don't touch me.
Fair enough.
Oh, God.
Yeah. It's like Brom is always a little high-strung.
I noticed. That's kind of why I did it.
Would it be fair to say that Frank's knows that even before the collapse?
There was no protest. There was no protest.
Fair enough.
Okay. So, what are you going to do now? Are you going to...
Is the phylactery or whatever it was, is it still here or did it disappear too?
It seems to have also vanished. Perhaps it's gone with Tommy to wherever he is. Perhaps the power has dissipated. Who knows? You have no idea what happened to the phylactery. Maybe it destroyed itself. Maybe that's what the flash was.
We're not that lucky.
Ubdal begins walking towards Tilbus's lair.
Ubdal, do you want me to stay with the others so, I don't accidentally bring bad luck with me? Apparently.
Probably best to not be out here. But let's just get to Tilbus's tree.
Yeah.
Alright.
Want to meet our new friend.
Yeah, Tilbus would probably want to vet the new friend. And, yeah. Best stick together. Even if Ditcher and Brom stay, like, in the main part of the lair, it's still probably the best that you're together. Ubdal is gliding from branch to branch. Okay. like a flying squirrel.
Doing his usual, moving along, but obviously restraining his speed to not, sprint ahead of everybody.
Okay, so you're hanging back. Okay.
Yeah.
You are fast. So, yeah. You probably would have to hang back just to keep pace with everybody.
Yeah.
And Brom is going sneakily.
You may not know I'm there, but I'm there.
Some of them.
Yeah, Frank would probably see you.
Frank would know you're there. Yes. Anyway, and yeah, Ditcher, are you following along with the party?
Yeah, he'll be following a bit far back. He'll be a bit further back. Just he'd be following, just keeping his distance from the new angelic slash divine being that just appeared.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You find yourself subconsciously bringing your finger up to your left ear and trying to get rid of it itch on the inside of your ear canal. Not that anybody sees that.
Just give it like a little itch, then it'll probably just get annoyed at it, and then just kind of shrug it off.
Yeah, sometimes everybody occasionally feels a tickle on the inside of their ear. It's just that.
Yeah.
It's nothing to worry about.
Nothing to worry about.
Okay, so you all make it back to the Ash Hall with no incident because it's pretty damn close to the temple complex. The tree that's growing out of the top of his mound of earth already seems to be bulking out, growing. Like you don't see it growing in real time, but it definitely looks a little bit stockier than it did the last time you saw it. Tilbus is waiting out front of his earthen domain and greets you warmly as you approach. I've taken the liberty of preparing some supper. I hope you don't mind.
Thank you, Tilbus. Oh, antics happened. We kind of have a new person you might want to meet.
Huh. Was that what the explosion was? Did this entity explode out of your mechanical friend?
I have bright light. I didn't see exactly what happened.
Fair enough.
All I know, I saw someone that was about to go boom, I shot it, big flash, and then he was standing in the place of...
Hold that carriage a moment. You said you saw something about to blow and you shot it?
Yeah, might be a holdover from the War Games days where, suicide place is sometimes rewarded.
Well, at least you're all still alive. I think. Right?
Yeah?
Probably.
Hmm.
Define alive.
What's wrong with your face? Well, maybe I'm seeing things. In you come.
Frank will go in.
Mm-hmm. Any friend of theirs is a friend of mine, says Tilbus as he holds a hand out to Regulus.
Regulus will reach back and was like, "Thank you. It's nice to be greeted with some hospitality."
Of course. I always offer hospitality. There's a slight glint of mischief in his eye as he grasps your hand and invites you into his home.
Regulus will just simply smile and walk forward into the home.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So the lair is still set up much the way it was before. You know where the eating room is, where the main hall is, where the library is, where the beds are. What do you do?
I will go ahead and meditate because God, Frank needs to be able to do some healing.
Are you going to sit on the bed to do that? Are you going to use the matting in the main room? Are you going to
probably on the bed? You know, trying to be, you know, at least hospitable.
Okay. You go find a bed. Abdal digs into the foods. Okay. So you fly through to the dining area and begin gorging on the feast that's been laid out before you. It seems more relaxed. Yeah, there's some good meat. There's fresh roasted pork, roasted wild mushrooms, potatoes, carrots. What's everyone else doing?
She would probably just be eating a little bit, and then I'll be outside if you need me, and he'll be outside for an hour setting a demiplane door here, or so nearby.
You're doing a magnificent mansion?
No, demiplane.
Oh, just making a demiplane. Okay.
Yeah.
Why outside?
I assumed Tilbus wouldn't want us just hopping, because it's mainly just for like transportation. So I assumed Tilbus just wouldn't want us just appearing in the middle of the night, just in his room, in his lair.
Okay. So, because you presume that, you don't even ask him. You just say, "Excuse me, I'm going to go outside and do something." Right?
Yeah.
Okay. And what is Brom doing? Are you following Ditch out to keep an eye on him?
Yeah.
Okay. Regulus. Everyone else has gone off to do their own thing, leaving you to your own devices. Do you talk to Tilbus? Do you sit with Ubdal? Do you go out and see what Ditcher and Brom are up to? Do you sit on a
Regulus.
Go on.
Sorry, what were you about to say?
Or do you sit on another bed in the dorm room close to Frank and meditate with him?
Regulus is actually going to talk to Tilbus. Just asks them about the area so he can get a better bearing on where he is.
Okay. Well, they didn't catch you up, they? Alright. Well. Lately there's been an influx of people coming from the west, setting up small camps, hamlets, villages, and there's a fortified camp a little to the south of here, led by a commander branch that seems to be flourishing, though I've heard reports that things are not what they seem. There's a coastal town just the other side of the mountains that seems to be under the control of the giants. And I've also heard reports of a community forming north of here. What else would you like to know?
Oh, that seems to be good enough. Though I'm still not aware of where I am. I have some bearing of where I might be.
You're from a different world, aren't you?
You could put it like that.
This, if you need to find your way home, it may take a while, but I might have a way for you to get there. This, tree that I have growing above my lair is no ordinary tree, or at least someday it won't be some ordinary tree. I'm infusing it with magic so that it will act as a metaphor for the metaphysical world tree, allowing those who are so inclined to be able to walk its branches to other worlds. Like I said, though, right now it's just a sapling, and it's gonna take a while. But perhaps we can work together to make the tree grow faster.
I mean, I am not really familiar with gardening, but I can give you a hand. Though as far as time is concerned, I am not worried. My goal, my purpose, is to assist those in need, and obviously if I am here, people must need help.
Of course. And, but you must also take care of yourself, because if you give everything to everyone else, what do you have left? So,
all I have left is what my goddess deems I need left. Simple.
That's very noble. But if you do happen to find yourself exploring the lands across the waters to the south, I've heard that there are some rich soils there that can't be found here. If you can bring back some of the fresh earth of the Pride Lands, I'd appreciate
it. Pride Lands. I'll keep that in mind.
Now, have you eaten?
Not since breakfast.
Then let me show you the repast I have available. And he'll lead you through to the dining hall. What is happening with Ditcher and Brum?
You trust that man?
Brum?
Would he know I'm there?
I would. You stealthed again?
I never unstealthed, really.
Roll it again.
Yeah, I would know.
Okay, yeah.
Wait, no, I wouldn't. I'm thinking
No.
wrong character. I have a passive of 10.
You have a passive of 10.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, and he has a passive of 23, technically.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what are you doing, Ditcher? Unaware that Brom is there.
He'd find a spot on the ground. When it comes to Dimension Door, does it matter, like, should it be vertical or, like, or horizontal? Which one's better?
For the demiplane?
The demiplane, yeah. It just says door on the surface.
Yeah. So, shadowy door on a flat, solid surface. So it can't be a tree. You may need to spend some time leveling the ground if you want to make it a hatch on the forest floor.
Yeah, he'd be doing that. Just like clearing some dirt and stuff, some leaves.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Brom, you would see him down on all fours, sweeping the ground flat. Occasionally disturbing some bugs that were hiding amongst the loam. From time to time, you even see an earthworm. You hope it's an earthworm.
I'm just gonna keep watching, making sure he's not doing anything shady.
Okay.
He would be apologizing to any bugs he has displaced, by the way.
Fair enough.
Sorry there, Mr. Bug.
Yeah.
Or insert bug name here.
Pardon me, Mr. Beetle. Sorry, Miss Spider. Good afternoon, Monsieur Slug. Excuse me. I don't mean to ruin your day. Anyway, in the meantime, while Brom is watching Ditcher do something, prepare for some sort of ritual, and apologise to Bugs as he does so. Tilbus has sat along with in the dining hall, along with Regulus, showing Regulus the food that's available, and inviting him to eat. And then he addresses Obdal and says, "You mentioned earlier, via sending, that you think you have found a way to restore my beloved. Are you able to do that today?" Noodle?
Yeah.
Tilbus had just asked you, has said, you mentioned you can restore his beloved. Are you able to do that today? What would you say?
Yeah. I can do that.
Excellent. Well, when you've had your fill of food, I will take you to him.
I can do it now. I've eaten a decent amount.
Excellent. Regulus, wasn't it? Will you be accompanying us, or are you quite comfortable here in the dining room alone?
Well, I stated I'm here to assist, so if you need my aid, I will happily lend it.
Tilbus turns to Obdal to see if they want Regulus's assistance.
Yeah, sure, I'm okay with that.
Very well. Follow me. And he leads you out of the dining room to his secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel, secret tunnel.
Down the winding path into his private sanctum. He leads you through the labyrinthine series of interconnected rooms. You see various treasures and trinkets and wonders on the way. Until he leads you to a shrine-like room where a body is laid out. It's clearly preserved with a gentle repose spell.
Yeah. Okay. Cracks knuckles. Begins casting, and whose car alarm is going off again. And begins chanting the resurrection spell. Not true resurrection.
Okay. In the dim candlelight. Yeah, how long does resurrection take?
It's like an hour.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Number 2.
Ah, you said 2.
Number 2. Yes.
Number 2.
Yes. Resurrection. He provides the diamond if you don't have one, because he's got plenty.
Yep.
Yeah. So, as you're working the spell, you get the feeling that there is no soul available, that it's not going to work, and yet, towards the end of the hour, you see the body, one of the arms twitch.
Ugdao does a confused tail flick, but keeps rolling with it.
You keep focusing on the spell.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. The diamond is consumed, and as you utter the final words of the spell, the elf opens their eyes. This feels so much better.
Oh, no.
What is that you? Of course it's me. Who else would I be but me? Back in the mortal plane in all my glory. And I am so grateful that you brought me back in this wonderful body. Yeah, go for it.
28.
Something is definitely fucking off here.
Tilbus, something doesn't feel right. I was struggling to bring his soul back there. I'm not sure if this is your beloved. Who the flap are you?
Tilbus picks up a worm from the floor. What is this? What have you brought into my sanctum?
I did not bring anything. One moment. Bitcha, get your butt in here now.
I'm assuming Frank hears this.
No.
Chaos.
You are upstairs, many rooms and layers of dirt away. Ditcher isn't going to hear it either, unless Obdal uses ascending.
Bluff, fine. Ogdal does ascending. Ditcher, get your butt in the food hall right now.
You're not in the food hall, by the way.
Insert location here. Right now.
You're in Tilbus's private sanctum through a labyrinth series of rooms behind a hidden door.
Okay, he won't say that, but Ogdal will go, I think my ally, Ditcher, might have something to do with these
Another one of the worms falls out of the sleeve of your clothes. Obdal.
Bluff! Another one!
Look at this face. It's such a...
Regulus instinctively is going to cast Sacred Flame on it.
Yeah, time to roll initiative, I think.
Do you want all of us to roll, just so if we do go in the fight, then...
If you end up, yeah, certainly. I mean, none of you would be aware that you're in a fight, but sure.
Oh, well, that's not good. Oh, wait a minute. That counts as a ability check, right?
That counts. Yes, it's an ability check.
Alright, well, I'm going to spend a sorcery point to re-roll it. No.
Excuse me.
No.
6 was any better.
Okay. So... Obdal goes first. With a 28, right? And then Regulus comes on. Okay. Frank is on an 18. Oh, in it. Which one's Noodle, which one's your initiative? The 28 or the 18? Alright. Since she's not answering.
The 28 was her check.
Okay. Yes. Her initiative's a +5. So yes, it's spelled Tilbus.
Or Tilbus.
No. Not Tilbus, Tilbas. Tilbus. So technically Frank. And then Obdal. No, what's one S? He doesn't have an ass. So 19, Obdal on 18. And then the next highest, because everybody rolls low. Shit is, yeah, him. Followed by Tilbus. And Regulus. And doesn't look like Brom or Ditcher rolled.
Oh.
Yeah, neither.
Oh,
Brom.
sorry. Do we need to, or?
Not technically yet.
But when we get an angry black dragon in our face, then yes.
What the heck?
Everybody's got low. You're actually fairly high up the initiative order with that 9.
Okay. Would
I go
you
faster than
mind
him.
taking my turn for me whilst I investigate that noise? I think the nearby supermarket's alarm might have gone off. If so, I'm going to have to contact someone.
Because it's your supermarket?
No. If it's the parade one, either someone's broken in or someone didn't set the alarm properly.
Why is it your responsibility?
Well, because it's really noisy.
Okay.
And I don't...
Fair. Okay.
So yeah, mind taking my turn for me.
Alright, I can do that. What would you have Abdal do? Alright, fine. Fuck. Okay. Frank, something disturbs you from your meditation. You're not sure what. But you just got vibes of the bad variety.
Yeah, Frank is going to come out and go to the food, main area. It's like, okay, what the fuck is happening?
There's nobody else in the main part of the lair except you.
Does whatever vibe I'm feeling feel closer?
Do you want to do a survival check to see if you can track where people went?
On it.
Between your eyes, your sense of smell, your perception of 24 just being awesome anyway. Okay. So after a little bit of studying the ground and feeling the heat of people's passing, you realize that Brom and Ditcher went back outside, whilst Tilbus, Obdal, and Regulus, their tracks lead into the main room towards a cupboard at one side of the room where the tracks stop.
Frank will follow those ones.
Okay. What do you do when you reach the cupboard?
Frank will move the cupboard.
And what do you when you say move the cupboard, what do you have in mind exactly? Are you going to wrench it off the wall?
Probably not. Not going to try and destroy this person's home.
So what do you have in mind? When I say cupboard, it's a tall cupboard. It's sort of similar to a locker or a wardrobe.
Frank will pick it up on one side and, move it like a door.
You're going to slide the whole thing to one side?
Yep.
Okay, make an athletics check.
Which I just did. 17.
Okay. With some effort and a crack and a pop, you do slide the cupboard away from a hole in the wall.
I'm back.
Yay! We're going to end your turn there, because Obdal, you're up.
Okay. This thing is here.
And yes.
Alright, I am going to... Did I prepare? Yes, I did. I'm gonna cast Animate Objects.
On what?
I'm guessing there's like little rocks and stuff around, right?
Okay, in this particular room, it's set up like a shrine. So there are candles and candle holders. There's flowers possibly some small trinkets.
I have gold coins. I could use those.
Yes, you could use your gold coins. So, using the spell animate objects, yes?
Yes.
So coins are tiny. So let's see. 10 so you get 10 tiny objects, which each have an HP of 20, an AC of 18, a strength of 4, a dexterity of 18. They have a +8 to hit and do 1d4 plus 8 damage each, which is phenomenal. As a bonus action, you can mentally command your coins, and they can fly.
Yee. I is going to use the coins.
30 feet. So they're all just going to batter the recently reawakened elf.
Yep. How
So
many?
10 iterations of d20 plus 8.
D20. Oh, exclamation R.
Yeah, exclamation RR space 10 space d20 plus 8.
Okay. There's a reason I don't bring this spell out often, because it's kinda strong, and I don't want to muck up your encounters that you work so hard on.
That's very nice, but, you know, you're the heroes, you're meant to win, it's fine. Go for it.
Okay. 17, 19, 14, 12, 20, 21, 25, 12, 10, 25.
Oh, you rolled them. Okay. So, do any of the 14 and the 12 miss, the 12 and the 10 miss. So that means 6 of them get through. So you're going to do 6d4 plus 24. You need to put exclamation armor in front of that, I'm afraid. Otherwise it's not going to roll.
D4
Plus 24.
plus 38.
38. Okay.
As coins start coming out of Ubdal's pocket and rotate around him and then go to the wizard, and Ubdal's going to go, "Why did you hijack my resurrection spell? You don't have permission to use this body."
You brought me to it.
No, I didn't.
Brom. So, again, okay, actually, yeah, this isn't, okay. So, Brom, you get more than just vibes. Some of the worms that were disturbed by Ditcher are going suddenly start moving as one in the direction of Tilbus's lair. A few more crawl out of Ditcher's clothing and join them. What do you do, Brom?
What did you guys do now? He's gonna drop stealth and tell Ditcher to quit whatever he's doing and come on.
But I finished with my. The spell's done now. It's now a cast.
Oh, well then he's gonna tell Ditcher to come on.
I assume
It takes.
this has been.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, you go.
It only takes an action to cast Demiplane. Yeah. So-
Said it's an hour.
Sorry?
No, yeah.
Duration
No,
is an
casting.
hour. It lasts
Oh, casting time. Yeah.
for an hour after you've cast it.
Oh, never mind then.
So
I
yeah.
got those two mixed up.
So you were just taking a few minutes to level the ground, and then you cast Demiplane, and now suddenly Brom, out of nowhere, seems to appear and say, "What the fuck are you doing now?"
I'm not doing anything.
He will point at the worms as well, or he'll point them out. Like, should those be doing that?
You see
I
a
am.
small swarm of worms moving towards Tilbus's lair.
I am not the worm, and probably not. Let me just roll I mean, that probably is doing a lot of work, so that's not quite deception. Should I roll for that?
Yeah, roll deception, because you're hiding something. You're not necessarily saying a lie, but you're hiding something. Yeah, that's not convincing. Although Brom doesn't have great insight, so yeah, Brom, roll it.
Hold. Oh, that's only investigation. Okay.
Excuse me. 17! Yeah. So he's hiding something. Like, he's not telling you. Like, technically he's telling the truth, but he's not telling you everything.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything.
Again, technically true.
What do you know?
A lot of things. Like the sun comes up, the sun rises in the east. The sun rises. I know when the sun rises. I know that grass is green.
All right, smartass. What do you know about what those worms are doing right now?
Nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just gonna be my turn.
Alright. The thing that has woken up in the elf's body is going to turn his attention to Tilbus, ignoring the magical coins that battered his host body, and say to Tilbus, "You know, this body has memories of the times you've spent together. Just because I'm different now doesn't mean we can't have fun, my love." And Tilbus is going to have to make a wisdom save. And that would be +6. And he fails.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. I mean, from a distance, maybe.
Okay. So, that's all him can do, but... Tilbus seems to... Yeah, Tilbus says, "You're so right. Leave them alone. Abdel, they're under my protection. He's my love.
Snap out of it, boss.
Regulus.
Hello.
Your turn.
So what to do? Let me see. I think I have an idea. Let's see if I can find it though. Alright, not aware of what's going on, but do I get he was just had a spell used on him, I guess?
Yeah, you would pick up on the fact that that while this creature was saying "You are my love," they were also somehow sub-vocalizing the vocal components of a dominate monster spell. And of course they would have been doing the necessary hand movements for that same spell.
I'll try something.
Okay.
Alright, I don't know what's going on here, but I'm gonna need you, pointing at, Tilbus, to get a hold of yourself, and we need to get out of here. I'm gonna cast Protection from Good and Evil on him.
Ooh. Protection from...
I think this should work.
One willing creature you touch is protected against certain types of creatures. What type of creature?
Willing.
Mm-hmm. They're not willing at the moment, but...
Wait, does he see us as an enemy, though? Like, he's charmed, but he wasn't given an order to, like, attack us or anything.
No, he hasn't been given a direct order yet. But he is convinced that this thing's host is in fact his love.
Yeah, I mean, but it wouldn't have any reason to see me as an enemy, though, would it?
Okay, I see your argument. What type of creature are you protecting him against?
I feel like just knowing, I would recognize if he's a fiend. Obviously, he's not celestial. I doubt. Let's try aberration.
Well done. If the target is already charmed, the target has advantage on a new saving throw against the relevant effect. Fantastic.
And now, how do I? What's the way to remove a dominate monster?
Each time the target takes damage, it can make a new wisdom save. So you've already used your action for protection from evil and good. Now Tilbus needs to... Go on.
Tilbus... Tilbus, right? Mm-hmm. I'm sorry about this. I'm going to quicken spell and Eldritch Blast.
Oh, very nice. Roll the hit.
I have 3.
Oh, you could have done Shocking Grasp even. But, yeah.
Oh, yeah, right. Wait. Is that... I thought that was a save.
Either way, it's a roll to hit.
Oh, okay.
Sacred Flame is a save.
Right.
That's a hit. You're only doing one blast? I suppose you only need one blast, don't you?
Yep. Alright. I mean, wait, does it count as each hit? Because I could do 3 just to guarantee he gets out.
Yeah. Do all. Do the other 2 rolls to hit. Okay. 2 hit, 1 of them backfires. So you take 10. You take 5, sorry. What about how much damage?
Tilbus takes 10.
Tilbus takes.
Unless he resists force.
He does not resist force. But he does have advantage to break the charmed effect. And 18. Does that? Yes, it does. He's no longer charmed. Well done. Oh. He turns back towards the abomination, the aberration, and says, "You dare make you think that you're him." And yeah, he can't. He's not in his dragon form, so he can't use his tail attack. Ditcher, are you following the worms inside?
I think he might take this as his cue to hide.
How would you wish to hide? Are you going to duck into your own demiplane?
I mean, that's... I don't want to be an asshole and just leave the party and just like run away, because that's just bad player. But character, but player trumps character.
I think you might. Okay. It's possible that your patron's in trouble.
True.
Your
And
patron.
it can make me look good. That's his reasoning. He'll follow the worm.
Okay. Yes. So you head back into Tilbus's lair. You see that the cupboard has been wrenched off the wall and that there's a tunnel access. So I'm assuming that you and Brom would be heading towards that. Yeah? Yeah.
Yes.
Sweet.
Frank,
you're already moving down the tunnel. And you can move fairly quickly. So when you get to the bottom of the tunnel, though, you hit upon a snag. There is a portcullis that cuts you off from a finished stone tunnel that heads to the left, and there is a tunnel ahead of you with a nice door, like a polished oak door at the far end of it. But halfway down this corridor, between you and this polished wood door, is a kobold with a lever. And he says, "No entry!" What do you do, Frank? Frank, you are muted, so I hope that you're there and I don't have to repeat all of that.
Hello. Sorry.
Did you hear what I said?
Yes, I did.
Excellent. What do you do?
Frank would try and talk to the kobold. It's like, what do we eat? It's like, easy. I think your master's in danger.
Heh. You think you can help? If Master in danger, you'd better run.
If what I suspect is happening, you could have a far bigger problem on your hands.
So why aren't you running?
Well, namely, I'm trying to go and help my friend.
You boss's friend?
Yeah, and realistically speaking, also try and help out someone that, at least try to show us some level of kindness. So, how about we...
Roll persuasion.
I'm rolling persuasion. And my persuasion is a +5.
What?
I could add my wisdom to it.
Why?
Because samurai.
Oh, okay. Nice. I was expecting... I thought you were a +1. Alright, he lets you pass.
So, thanks.
Okay, so you head past the kobold towards the wooden door.
Yep.
You open the door and you see a study. Bookcases, a nice big desk, a comfortable chair, a fireplace, a tobacco pipe, a nice cozy place to just sit and read.
It's like, okay, where the hell have they went from here?
Want to make another survival check? See if you can track them.
Yeah, making another one.
14. You notice that one of the bookcases is slightly askew, not flush against the wall, and in the tiny gap between this bookcase and the one next to it, you can see an open corridor.
There you are.
Okay. So you're going to jam that, work that open. Updal! Yep. What you doing? Updal? Shan? Noodle? Sooty?
It would help if I unmuted. I would like to cast Greater Restoration on Tilburg.
Why?
He was charmed, wasn't he?
Yeah, but Regulus already cured him.
Okay.
He's not charmed anymore.
Ooh, then what can I do? I can make him smaller and lower his health.
You're referring to the aberration?
Yes.
Lower his health by damaging him, maybe? Hurting him lots?
Yeah.
Spirit Guardians?
I need to keep concentration on the animate object.
That's true. Yeah, you could just beat him with your animate objects again.
Yeah, what I will do as my movement, I will take the dodge action and keep...
No. Movement is movement. Dodge action is an action. Um, but you use your bonus action to command your coins anyway, so you would have an action left to do your dodge.
Yeah, I'll use an action to dodge.
And bonus action to command the coins.
Yes.
So 10 iterations of d20 plus 8. And once more, we've only got... Wow, all of those hit and one of them's critical. So,
Yay!
that is 11 d4 plus 40.
Ooh.
67 points of damage. He's going to have to pay attention to you now. What?
Udal's gonna go, oi, quit focusing on that guy and focus on the fight. Also, give the guy his friend's soul back.
I don't have the soul. The soul moved on. The soul is not mine. But as the elf is talking, the face sort of falls away, leaving a mass of squirming, flesh-coloured worms.
I'm gonna throw up, says Udal.
Brom, you're running down the corridor.
Double dashing.
All right. You find yourself facing the same kobold that Frank previously had. He's holding on to a lever and says, "Halt! No entry!"
I don't have time for this.
What'd you do? What'd you do?
Okay, so I'm assuming your master and one of my friends, a tiefling, wings on their back, weird, came through this way. Which way did they go?
No.
Wait, thing was not tiefling.
Did your master come through here with people with him?
Not gonna tell you.
Okay, we can play that way.
What are you gonna do? Brom? You have a high charisma.
Which way did they go, you little shit?
Okay, he screams and runs, letting go of the lever, and a rock on a chain drops down into the corridor in front of you. What do you do now?
There's the portcullis on the left. Is there another one on the right?
No, there's a solid wall on the right. But the portcullis on the left, you do see a lever, or rather a switch on the wall. But it's about 15 feet behind the portcullis.
Can I try to hit the switch with an Eldritch Blast to flick it?
Yes. Roll to hit. With all 3 blasts if you want.
Yeah, just to be safe.
Oh, hell yeah. So, the first one knocks it, but not with enough force to flip it. The second one knocks it down. The third one breaks off the fucking handle.
Dang it!
But the portcullis opens. Okay.
I'll pay for it later. Proceeds to go down.
Okay. It's now the aberration's turn again. It's gonna do a couple of things. It's going to make a slam attack against Obdal. You've ruined everything. We could have been together. 23, does that hit you, Obdal? Noodle. Shan. Fuzzy
Upton?
head. Does a 23
Fluffy.
hit you?
No, totally not. And I'm dodging, so that's with disadvantage.
Oh, yeah, good point. Thank you for the reminder. Not multiply. Plus. So, 17. Still hits you.
Sadness.
D8 plus 3 of bludgeoning damage, and can you also make a Constitution saving throw?
Let's find out.
You got a +7, so there's a good chance. You only take 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. 6 points of... And I need to make concentration.
Constitution saving throw, so D20 plus 7, please.
Okay.
Oh, you'll also need to make a concentration to see if you lose the animated objects. Is that going to be the concentration or the save against being poisoned? Sorry?
That is Constitution.
Okay, so you save against being poisoned. Now, let's see if you maintain concentration on your coins.
Which is a +7 again.
Which is still a +7, yes.
13.
Yeah, that's fine. That's enough. DC's only 10. Sweet. So, what?
Dell smiles and says, "Ha, I'm glad you're finally taking me seriously."
And then... You want me to take you seriously, do you? Fine. Yeah, actually, let's do that. Plague of Worms. Each creature... so that would be Obdal, Tilbus, and Regulus. Each needs to make a dexterity saving throw. DC is 19.
Okay.
You're a +8. Holy shit! Yeah, that passes. Okay.
I'm going to use my divine favor to add +4 to my roll.
Nice. Yep, that beats it too. So only Telbus gets swarmed with worms and takes 24 points of
Wait.
Go on.
Oh wait, never mind. This is an attack roll.
Yep. It's an attack action, yes. But it's an AoE attack. Necrotic damage and blinded and restrained by a mass of swarming worms. The affected creature takes 5d8 necrotic damage at the start of each of his turns. Okay. That's... Yes. Okay. And that's his turn. Tilbus is pissed. Creature can repeat the save at the end of each of its turns. Okay.
I thought Tilbus was free of the charm.
He is free of the charm. He's now covered in worms. And despite the fact that he's not in his dragon form, he's angry enough to not disguise the fact that he is a dragon in disguise. And he is going to spit a stream of acid directly at the worm festering thing that used to be his beloved.
Is he actually a dragon now?
No, he's just... yes, he's a dragon, but he's still in his humanoid form. Does that make sense?
He is using a dragony attack in his humany form.
We've had dragons in human form still use their breath attack before. It's
yeah.
So yes, his former lover needs to make a dex save. +6. Oosh. 19. Alright, so it's going to take half of the 12d8 damage. 25. I thought you loved me, it says as more worms drop away from his bones. And now it is... Oh, yeah, and Tilbus needs to try and break free of the wormies. Plus... It's a dex save, it's plus nothing, because, yeah. Is it? Yeah. 5 fails, so he's still restrained. And... Regulus. Ravenbub.
Sorry about that.
No worries.
Thou clearly not of this world. It appears I must do something to stop you. I'm going to go ahead and lend them a hand with... There it is. This.
Aura of Purity. Each non-hostile creature, including you, can't become diseased, has resistance to poison, advantage on saves against charmed, blinded, awesome, poisoned, awesome. Good.
So he's going to basically hold a scepter high, and as he waves around, like an aura starts to form around him that spreads out 30 feet.
Beautiful.
And then, because I can, I'm going to, once again, quicken spell Eldritch Blast.
Nice. Roll 3 attacks. All 3 hit. Boosh. How much damage do you do?
10.
You don't. Okay. You didn't take Eldritch?
No, I needed, I decided to get Eldritch, concentration instead. That way I have advantage on con saves.
Nice. Okay, cool. So, where are we? Okay. Ditcher, you arrive at the bottom of the stone winding corridor You find yourself in the finished stone corridor. There's a rock on a chain that's landed in the corridor ahead of you, but the portcullis to your left is open. There's a broken switch on the wall, and you can probably just see the heels of Brom turning the corner at the end of this corridor.
I'll follow, and he'll bring out his hand axe to join the fight when needed.
When needed. Alright. So you follow. Run. Okay. Frank! You find yourself with 3 options. You've got a corridor in front of you, one to the left and one to the right. And of course the opening in the wall leading back into the study you just came from.
Once again, survival.
Roll it. 23. And yeah, you pick up on the trail of the dragon, the tiefling, and the angelkin off to your right.
Frank will go down that path with confidence.
Mm-hmm. Follow it into a room full of broomsticks and carpets. And there's a door at the far end of that room that leads to where you can see. Yeah, you're aware that the path continues through the room. And,
all right.
Yeah. Let's do something a little fun. Just a little. Yes, a dragon, a deaf angelkin, and a devilkin walk into a bar. Plus 5. 14. One of the rugs unfurls and tries to wrap itself around you, but you dodge out of its way, Frank.
Alright. I'll deck save then.
Sorry?
Do I need to do a deck save then?
No. You've got it. You've got an AC of 18 and it only got a 14 to hit.
Oh yeah, right.
Okay. Ogdal, back in the room, back in the shrine. You've got this lava mage, this worm creature in front of you.
Whatever it is, it's going down.
Oh yeah? Kinky.
Not in the fun way either.
What you gonna do?
I am going to roll the animate objects damage. The 20 plus.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, main action, dodge action.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. You're going to continue dodging and do 10 iterations of d20 plus 8, right?
Yep.
I believe it was
10 d20 plus 8.
Yeah. Boosh. And only 3 miss. So that's 74. Plus 28.
Yeah. 43.
Very nice. Okay. So, the last remaining worms drop from the elf's bones. The rubbery, the slightly leathery mask that was the elf's face remains preserved and intact on the ground. The worms form a swarm. And yeah, Rum, you are running down the corridor as fast as you can, trying to get to the nearest door or turn or opening, right?
Last turn I opened the portcullis and followed that path. I don't think
Yes.
I've done anything since.
Yes. When you reach the corner, you see that to the right is an even longer corridor with no obvious turns or doors or openings at first glance. Do you want to just run as fast as you can down the corridor, or do you want to use your action to look for anything that might be a hidden opening or trap?
I'm gonna look for anything that seems out of the ordinary.
Alright, go ahead and make your perception check.
So a 17 doesn't see anything?
A 17?
For passive? 17 passive?
Okay. I'm still looking at a character sheet that says you got a passive of 12. Yeah, actually, with a 17, you do notice that partway down the corridor, beyond a certain point, the corridor seems to be sort of shimmery, like you're looking at through water or a liquid of some kind, which doesn't make sense because this liquid-like surface is vertical.
You've used this before.
Yeah, this is I have the map in my head of Tilbur's sanctum. I know exactly what you're going to find down here. Do you want to make an insight check, or do you already know what it is you're looking at, Brum?
Out of character, I know what this is. Yeah, I'll make an insight check.
Nope.
Dang.
It's just sort of shimmery for some reason. Maybe there's something wrong with your eyes. So yeah, make your movement toward this liquidy surface.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that above his skin is shiny? I'm gonna whistle. Okay. Him doesn't get to do, well, actually, the swarm gets to do stuff. The swarm of insects. Yeah. So, yeah. 23. Okay, it fails to do any harm to Odal, and then attempts to move 20 feet towards the doorway to the shrine room. Yeah, and since it's a swarm and it can just move around people, it does so. Does it get an opportunity to... Yes. Because it's moving through pretty much everybody's space, Ubdal, Regulus, and Tilbus, if he wasn't restrained, could all make an opportunity attack. Roll it. Oh, that hits. How much damage do you do? Should I allow each of the coins to also make an opportunity attack?
Yes.
Yes.
It would be funny.
It would be funny.
Go on, Abdel. Have all the coins make a hit. Alright. So, this time the AC they need to beat is only 12. So, all of them except one. So that would be 9d4 plus 36. Yeah.
The same coin fell twice.
The same coin failed twice. That's a bad penny. Yeah,
It's like the rest are gold pieces. This one was a nickel.
the swarm of insects is destroyed. Well done.
Ugdal hisses in a semi-feral way. Hiss. Hiss. More hiss.
Okay. Tilbus is going to get the stuff off him. He's going to make an active athletics check to break free of his restraints. And then at the end of his turn, try to repeat the save. D20 plus 6. That's a fail. And then D20 plus 7. And does that succeed? No, but he's going to use a legendary resistance and fucking break out. He's done. He's done with this shit. He's not playing around anymore. Yeah, Regulus, combat over. At this point, pretty much all you have to do is save the rest of your party from Tilbus's sanctum. Well, Tilbus breaks down in tears next to the bones of his former love. No flesh left to restore. Regulus, what do you want to do?
Wait, did you say me?
Yes, your turn after Tilbus.
Oh, we're still in initiative.
Yeah, unless, I mean, there are still threats in the sanctum that, as you go through without Tilbus, they're gonna get triggered.
I mean, do we know that?
No, you don't. But yeah.
So yeah, as far as Regulus is concerned, he'll attempt to comfort Tilbus.
Okay. Are you going to use that spell again?
No.
You're not going to force him through his grief with a spell.
Yeah, he's going to simply talk to him.
Okay. And Ditcher, you turn the corner of the corridor What's your passive perception like? Not great. You see Brom running down the corridor a little slower than he had down the previous length. What do you do? Did you?
He'd probably turn on the opposite way, thinking that Brom was going the right way.
Sorry?
He'd probably, which way? Are there any worms?
No, you don't see any worms.
Alright. He'd probably follow Brom.
Okay. Do you go past Brom, or to use your action to do something else?
Can I make a wisdom save
A
to see my action? Just to see what is smartest to do, because there's probably a very angry dragon if there's worms going down into their inner sanctuary.
Make an insight check.
Insight, that's it.
Yeah, you're insightful. So yeah, if the worms did find the body of Tilbus's lover and they've done what they suggested that they were going to do when they talked to you in your head, then yeah, Tilbus is probably going to be a very angry dragon.
He's gonna turn, run.
Yeah, you're gonna run away. You're gonna run away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Breaks the Robin ran away.
Go back the way you came. Okay. All right. At the ditch's turn, the gelatinous cube is going to show me where its step block is. Come on, where are you? There we go. Okay. The gelatinous cube moves 15 feet closer to Brom, allowing Brom to recognize it for what it is. Doesn't attack yet because it's not close enough yet. However, you might just see, with a passive of 17, that the last vestiges of one of those muscle-coloured worms dissolving to nothing inside the cube. Frank.
Yeah?
You've got an angry rug. What are you going to do about it? Are you going to ignore it? Are you going to attack it? What are you going to do?
I'm going to attack it.
Okay.
Get out the sword and just hack.
Roll the hit. You're going to keep those coins around and splat any worm you see, aren't you? Up, down. Anyway, Frank, do your attacks on the rug.
Yeah.
$15 and $13, both of those hit. How much damage do you do?
Holding it in holding in two-handed style.
Mm-hmm.
That plus 8.
$18 points of damage. Nice. And you
I'm assuming
do...
it's not ribbons yet.
I'm sorry?
I'm assuming it's not ribbons yet.
It's not ribbons yet. So if you want to, you can either do a single unarmed strike as a bonus action, or spend a key point to do a flurry of blows.
You know what? Screw it. Flurry of blows, and I will flavor it with fire.
All right. 2 more rolls to hit.
Like that, just some extra umph.
Mm-hmm. Foosh. Roll to hit. Both of those hit. How much damage do you do?
That'd be 2d6 plus 8.
Come on. 14. So that's...
And is this thing vulnerable to fire damage?
It's a rug. Yeah, it looks very badly hurt. It is smoldering. It is burning, and yeah, you'll on its turn, it is going to make one last feeble attempt to attack you. It's technically got 1 hit point left. 24. Oh, that hits, doesn't it, Frank?
It absolutely does.
Okay, so the rug smothers you, wraps itself around you. While still on fire, you are restrained, you're blinded, and you risk suffocating if you can't get your way out.
As my racial option, I don't need to breathe.
This is true. But you're still gonna burn. Anyway.
I might want to hurry and get the fuck off me.
Sorry?
I might want to hurry and get this the fuck off me.
Yes, you might. Yes. And yeah, Ubdal, you're, I'm assuming, running around the rooms and corridors, just blatting every worm, bug, and anything even remotely gribbly with your coins. Am I right?
He's on edge. He's stab, 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 stab. Poor innocent beetle, stab. Stab.
Okay. Okay.
He's on edge and kinda snappy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
At this point, he doesn't even care who brung them into their world. He just wants them dead.
Mm-hmm. So, as you are running through a room full of portraits and other framed paintings, you see a mirror that looks oddly out of place. Not only because it's a mirror instead of a painting, there's something odd about it.
Looks at mirror.
Looks at mirror. I would like you to make a charisma saving throw.
Okay. Charisma is a plus
8.
8. Yes. Hold on, I need to zoom in this character sheet a bit.
Yeah, it's a DC 15. Roll it, roll it, roll it.
Okay. $23.
You have no problem. You feel like the mirror was trying to pull you in, but you resist. The mirror of life trapping fails to trap you. Well done.
Cloths or bits of fabric.
I'm sorry?
Are there any, like, cloths or blankets or rags? Anything that will fit over a mirror?
There's other paintings and portraits and stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna put a random painting in front of that mirror so no one else gets stuck in it.
Okay.
And keep squishing every worm I see.
Brum. You're in the corridor, facing what you now know to be a gelatinous cube. It seems to have been taken care of. It seems to have taken care of any worms that came this way. What do you do?
Act non-aggressively.
You're slowly backing away.
I'm trying to push forward, but I'm not trying to fight this.
The gelatinous cube fills the corridor. The only way past the cube is through it.
Oh, dear God.
What do you do? Bearing in mind that you've already seen that Ditcher came up behind you, decided fuck this noise, and ran back the way he came.
I'm going to look at the floor.
You're going to look at the floor?
Yes.
Are you making a investigation check to see if you can...
Yes, I am.
You know something about this? Are you doing some meta stuff here?
I'm trying not to.
I didn't... Okay.
I was hoping with the 17 perception I would have there might have been some stuff I noticed about the place besides the slime.
Okay.
But I guess not.
Roll perception.
That's the bad thing. When I'm actively looking, I have no modifier. Would either one work, or would this have to be perception?
I'll let you do an investigation. The ooze is slow moving. You've got time to have a proper look.
Oh, I put it in the wrong chat.
Noodled. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that joke's never gonna die.
There we go. Okay, you realize that some of the very cleverly hidden, there are some of the flagstones look like they're actually openings. if you know how to find the trigger mechanism, and with a 25 you know exactly how to open up one of the trapdoors.
Yeah, I'll step on one of the triggers.
And you slide down into a chamber underneath the floor. Are you going to wait there till the Gladiolanus cube passes over you?
Yeah.
Okay. It's really dark in
Light?
there. In the darkness underneath the flagstones, you see the bones of idiots that failed to figure out how to get out of here. But of course, you can easily see the mechanism for releasing it now that since you're using a light cantrip. For getting out. But anyway, yeah. Tilbus is in mourning. Regulus, are you following Ubdal out? Yeah, I think he would be. I think he's AFK at the moment. I don't know why I think that, because I don't. Oh yeah, he did say be right back.
Alright, there we go.
Oh, there you are.
Perfect time.
Sorry, it acted like I didn't want to unmute for a minute.
Aha. So, if you follow Ubdal, you'll see him trying to slide a large portrait in front of a mirror.
Why are you doing that?
Ubdal? Brokey?
Yes.
Regulus has just asked Ubdal, why are you sliding a large portrait in front of the mirror?
That is a freaky magical mirror. It gave me a funny feeling when I looked at it, so I'm covering it. Squish is the nearest worm.
Right. Tilbus, is it a good idea for us to be down here any longer?
No. I should pull myself together and guide you out of here.
Ubdal will flutter over to Tilbus and go, I'm sorry I couldn't bring your beloved back. I didn't know that would happen. I didn't know there were worms hiding on me.
It's okay. Maybe my brother was right. Maybe I was a fool to try and think I could cheat death.
Well, maybe, I mean, didn't your beloved die happy? Maybe, well, he loved you, he really did, and you'll see him again, I'm sure, whenever you pass in the future, but maybe he just too old to live anymore. He's mortal. There's some comfort in dying for some mortals. You could always find... I know they will never replace your beloved, but maybe you could find someone else who you love just as much.
I don't think I will ever feel the way I did with him. But anyway, let's get you all out of here before my chambers kill you all. And
yeah, let's get out of here.
combat over. Tilbus is going to deactivate all the traps. Squish worms on the way. Heal up the rug and get it to behave itself and go back in its corner. Assist Brom out of the pit trap, and reset the rock trap. Use mending on the switch. Put everything back to normal as he goes, and escort you all, including Ditcher, back to the ashhole proper. He looks at the cupboard. Who did this?
I thought I moved it the right way, but
there's a mechanism inside the cupboard that reveals a secret door. You don't have to rip the whole cupboard off the wall.
Yeah, sorry.
It's fine, you didn't know, you were just trying to help. Anyway. I think I have some thinking to do. I appreciate everything you've all tried to do for me. I think I'm going to be a quiet little hermit in seclusion for a few centuries. Please, for now at least, with all due respect, leave me alone.
Fair enough.
We're probably gonna take Calder to the temple.
Very well. I was hoping that my beloved and I could raise a young one together, but I don't think I can do that now. Here. And he hands you the egg.
Oh, it's heavy.
Well, yes, it's heavy. Of course it's heavy.
If we come up with any way to bring him back, I'll let you know. There's got to be something we can do.
I think I have to admit that that he's not coming back. At least not the way he was. I know he always wanted to reincarnate when he died, so maybe when he's grown, I'll see him again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Elves reincarnate, don't they?
Yeah, that's what they... Yes.
Maybe that's why I couldn't bring him back. He might have already reincarnated.
That would make sense. Let's hope we're right.
Where would you... Well, elves are usually found... other end of Misra.
Yeah, the far side of Misra. But...
That's to some extent good that I couldn't bring him back, because if he's gone into a new body, he's alive and he'll be able to live again.
Yes.
And you guys can fall in love all over again. Happy tail wags.
Yeah. I'm gonna need some time to process all of this.
Yeah.
would like to say that my door is always open, but I feel it is going to be closed for a while.
That's fair.
Yep. So he's going to show you the door and seal it behind you. What do you want to do now?
Out of anything, Frank's gonna turn to up down. It's like, have you seen Decker?
Have you seen a what now?
Have you seen Decker?
The cat,
Ditcher.
the cat, Ditcher.
Decker?
He was right with us, was he?
He's with you.
Yeah.
Very guilty.
Yeah, he's trying his very best to look small.
I doubt Ditcher knew that a bunch of worms would suddenly appear, as chaotic and annoying as his actions were.
How'd you feel about that, Ditcher?
I think the benefit of the doubt is only help. So, yeah, I guess you're right. It was. I just kind of stops at that.
Think you're not likely to try and pull this shit again?
We need to find another host. A better host. A more better hidden host. Perhaps you'll find one amongst the congregation.
Sorry, what are you saying?
Your worm is whispering to you that you need to find another host.
Yeah. It wasn't me who did it. It was a being separate to me. Those worms were not me, and I am not those worms.
You better give me a better answer.
Who was it?
And don't bullshit to me.
Tell you.
What? I couldn't hear you.
I cannot tell you.
You realize saying that tells me everything I need to know?
Well, I'm sure you can do your best to worm them out.
I hate you.
But it wouldn't end well.
Yeah, you think.
Don't worry. I'm not going to explain this to them. But, Ditcher, you and I need to talk.
Okay.
Sorry, what were you trying to say?
Yeah, what was Frank trying to say?
Well, Frank's gonna be cracking his knuckles, and it's like, you better give me one good reason why I shouldn't smash her face into paste.
Dale whacks Frank
stand
with his
down.
wing. Dale just whacks Frank with his wing. Chill out, please.
Frank grabs the wing. You expect me to keep my calm when this wasn't the first time his bullshit has put us in danger. Yes, I am one to talk when it comes to that type of thing, but at the same time, my mistakes hasn't caused.
You're gonna go flying 10 feet.
No, he's right. Don't do that to him. This was on me. As Frank starts yeah.
Yeah, basically you're saying don't pick on Ubdal, it's my fault, right?
Oh no, that Eldritch Blast isn't hitting Frank to defend you, Ditcher. It's hitting Frank to get him off of Ubdel.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So, how much damage do you do to Frank with your Eldritch Blast? And is Frank going to retaliate and end up with and result in a PvP, or is Frank going to learn his lesson and stand down? Frank takes 5.
Right. Moment.
What do you do? What are you
Frank sees the wisdom of not fighting back.
Aha. Okay, that was an insight check. Cool. Yeah.
So, all right. But this is your last chance. Another bullshit trick like this, and I will not fucking hesitate.
Hey, Frank. You know he can't always control what happens with this stuff, right? Remember a little while back when monsters were coming after us because I pissed my provider off? Put that into perspective before you take it out on him.
He has a point. Patrons
Frank,
San Diego's.
And at one point, we did have your wife chasing the party, so, you know.
Yeah, Frank.
You needn't defend me.
Yeah, Frank just starts walking. He's almost here.
What was that?
He's just grumbling to himself.
You really don't need to defend me, you know?
As someone who's had a former patron that wanted me to snuff out the only thing that was keeping us alive, I'm going to step up for you this time. Don't make me regret it.
Nice. Ubdel, maybe you could get Frank's help to fly the egg to the top of the temple.
Yeah.
Where it'll get the most sun.
Yeah. Frank, would you mind giving me a hand with the egg?
You see almost Frank do like a deep sort of meditative breathe in, breathe out.
Hands up or hands down. Back
All
up,
right.
back up.
Let's get moving.
Okay.
Rolling.
Summons Pegasus. Frank takes one side, I take other.
I was gonna. Yeah. Why do you need the Pegasus?
Because it has the strengths that I don't.
Okay.
It seems unfair to have Frank carry it the whole way again. Give him some help this time.
Fair. Okay. So, Frank, Ubdel, and Ubdel's Pegasus lift the egg to the top of the temple.
Yep.
And as you do so, a shaft of light breaks through the canopy, bathing the dragon's egg in pure sunlight.
We're on the right track this time.
Flap. Okay. Flap, flap.
So now what? Do we seek out more followers and increase the amount of worship?
We
I have no clue what I'm doing when it comes to religion.
we have guests coming over, so we should probably make sure things are ready. You know, get ready to welcome them.
Obdal, do you want to do a religion check for me? Since Frags is rubbish?
I have a +2 to religion on my next ability score improvement. I plan on increasing that. Yeah. $16.
Okay, so you're aware that rather than just having people come and figuring things out for themselves, you'll need to direct them on how you want them to pray, how you want them to worship, what rituals you want them to carry out. The exact nature of the rituals doesn't matter terribly as long as there is some sort of routine ritual process to their prayers and worship, so that the actions are repeated, become, like I said, part of a ritual, like a prayer wheel turning every day, you know, repeating the flow of faith. And you want them to direct their prayers and thoughts not only upon bringing Calder the energy he needs, but also to give him the power and strength necessary to defeat the forces of undead that are already making their way across the land towards this location.
Yes.
You need to pray for light, you need to pray for Calder, and you need as many people as possible to do it.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Cool. So yeah, so you and Frank, maybe you can work on that, maybe get some help from the others. Especially, Abdul is reluctant to admit, but having an Asimar around in a temple could be handy. Absolutely! Regulus might become the new high priest. But yeah, if you and the rest of the party are going to put your heads together and work on on turning a basic idea of what you want to do into some sort of ritualized worship, then that's going to take a bit and some talking back and forth on how to do it. But I'm willing to bet that the warlocks will have some useful insight in how to shape the faith the way you want. How to convince the crowd to do things the way you want them to be done.
I can see Frank trying to see ways of how to show ways of how this could be, beneficial outside of just straight up worship.
The worship is the benefit.
Oh, right. So.
Do we still have Ever's journal? Or no?
Oh, yeah, you might. Yeah.
I mean, Ever left on their own.
Yeah, but did they leave their notes behind?
Let me check. So it's on Iron and Blood.
Including the book, the missives from Celestia.
It's the one with the Predator.
The one with the Predator?
Yeah, the one, the big old... There we go, yeah, it's Here Be Dragon.
Oh, the Steel Predator, yeah.
Steel Predator.
You're looking back at your notes.
Yeah. Okay.
I think realistically, we could say that she left you the means to continue your quest, right?
I think she would.
Yeah.
I think probably, yeah. I mean, in the notes I've got, short rested. Frank ever had a chat about Sunstones, ever left the party to get more information about Sunstones. I don't think they did give us the notes, but we could wreck on it.
We could absolutely wreck on it. She may have intended to come back. Either way, if she intended to come back, she could have recognized that taking the notes with her would be putting them at risk. She would have started a fresh notebook for her new leg of the journey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, so between her notes and your general insight and knowledge about how to how to manipulate and control people, you begin a cult. But yeah, that's
that works.
And yeah, people are going to start showing up, and you could partially involve them in the process and start showing them around and introducing them to their new lives as members of the commune. And we can put a pin in it there, I think. I know it's a little early, but it seems like a good spot to stop it.
Yes.
Works for me.
Cool. Awesome. So, I hope you guys listening have enjoyed this as much as we've enjoyed playing. Hopefully, a bit more even. And that you like and subscribe and click the bell so you get notified whenever more content like this comes up. And that you even join the Games of Geekery Discord community. There is a link in the description below for that. And maybe you'll be super awesome and supportive and helpful and wonderful and nice. And also join the Patreon, which will give you some additional benefits, including give you access to a super secret Discord server that's full of all kinds of homebrew stuff and private conversations that mere members don't get to see. And other stuff, including hugs and virtual cookies and stuff.
Yeah. Cookie hugs.
Cookies and hugs.
Mm.
In the meantime, no matter what role you play, have a good game.
Have a good game.
Have a good game.